So let's talk a little bit about where we met Jimmy.
Okay.
So
Why don't you tell where you met him, and then I'll say where I first met Jimmy, and he can tell us if we're wrong or right, because he'll have probably a different memory.
yeah, excuse me. I can't honestly. I don't remember the exact moment I met you. I'm pretty sure it was through the store. So where I work at a music store, which I think I've mentioned in episodes past, but Jimmy's a great guitar player and a great singer.
The best.
Like, the best.
The best.
He's joking, trying to be funny, but he actually is.
Yeah, no,
the best.
He's really, really good. And so he came and worked at the store because your uncle was the manager.
Yep.
My uncle is the owner, so we're uncle buddies. It sounds really like dark web fucking gay
I hated
porn.
that.
I'm sure Uncle Buddy's said before, but it's really creepy.
Uncle Buddy's is a really weird porno that I do not want to watch.
Yeah. But we're Uncle Buddies. We're Uncle Buddies.
We're Uncle Buds.
Yeah.
And I can't get past this. Hold
Well,
on.
how many people get to work? How many people are lucky enough to have a music store in their hometown, let alone work at it, right?
Yeah.
So we're a bunch of teenagers running around in the music store,
Yeah.
like hanging out. It's
Well,
right? So
I mean,
Yeah.
I know your uncle's always been in the industry, but I don't know for sure if you had experienced the same thing. But for us, just even growing up,
Yeah.
in a music like as
Being like a little
like
kid.
a 5-year-old running around in a music store,
Yeah.
growing up around musicians our whole life, kind of take it for granted a little bit because you don't really realize it. And then like now that I'm not in the industry at all anymore,
Yeah.
and I live on the other side of the country now, and I'm totally away from it. It's like, God, I kind of miss like just being surrounded by musicians and like talented people.
Yeah.
You know?
oh yeah.
I mean, things have changed substantially around here when it comes to musicianship, and like I think maybe I've like grown. I wouldn't say apart from the music scene, but I think the music scene has its own growth that I'm not really a part of any longer, and I think my job here changed completely. So that definitely doesn't help. But I'm not like at the front lines talking to musicians every single day like I was before. So that's probably a big difference for me. But yeah, it's still such a cool job and a cool place to like have your life that you totally take for granted. I know I did. I still do probably.
There's been a lot of places I've been since being here and then being back in the music industry too.
Yeah.
That it is very different when you talk about the musicians and people who want to buy guitars and stuff like that. You're talking about people who are passionate about things. I've sold shoes. I've sold cookware.
Yeah.
Cookware is important. Everybody cooks. Everybody wears shoes.
But nobody really gives a fuck about a frying pan.
Yeah.
They care about their guitars.
Yeah, not to the extent of like a professional American standard player 2 Strat or whatever it might be. People connect with music. Yeah, it's fantastic.
It's not like
back.
you're not going to find like a classically like trained like pan person.
Collector of frying pans.
That's not true.
This is a
probably
1997.
It probably exists, but not in the same. Not in the same.
fair enough.
Not in the same like insanity. Unless maybe you go to Japan. Knives and stuff are different. I think knives are like collector things.
Oh, it's crazy. Yeah, everything can be niche, right? And like everything can be amazing, but instruments are different. Instruments connect with things. So yeah, we met in the music store. I left after university to try and grab some sort of career, and I got into e-commerce, and then all of a sudden I'm back in the music instrument industry as well.
Yeah.
And in the e-commerce space.
Yeah.
Two birds.
It's
Yes,
cool. It's
electronic
Pretty
commerce.
awesome.
electronic commerce.
That's exactly what it is. If
Yeah,
you buy
for
something
all of those who
online,
didn't know what e-commerce meant.
yeah, exactly. That's what the
E
E
is
stands
for
for.
electronic.
Electronic.
Actually, I'm not even too sure if it is. I'm just pretty much guessing.
Emergency?
Yeah.
I think you're probably right. I think you're right. It's hard to say, but I think you're right.
Yeah, probably that. So yeah, we met. How many years ago would this have been, though, guys?
That's a long time ago.
We're talking like 15, 20 sort of
When
thing.
you guys met, yeah. You guys knew each other for a couple years before I came into the picture.
But
right?
that's the story. Aaron went home to Halliburton one weekend, and then you came home with a person.
Never came back.
And it was Alex.
Yeah.
I want to say I was probably 17 years old when that happened, when I left.
Yeah.
And then I came back, and
I think I was 20.
We lived in...
That's Strigley.
Whoa. Yeah.
No, before that.
I got it
we
on
had,
here. I want to talk about that.
Even
shit.
before we had that apartment together, when I first moved in with you, we lived in that bachelor apartment. I think it was on Andrew Street.
Literally right here.
And it was one room,
Oh yeah,
It didn't even have a
Above
stove.
a
It had a
house.
hot plate and a mini fridge.
illegal.
I have a funny story about that place too. It was super illegal.
We didn't have a bed. I remember it was 2 mattresses outside the mattress onto the floor every night just so I
Yeah.
could sleep on it. We were there for like 6 months, I think, before I was like, we were both like, just like, this is too fucking small for 2 of us, so we had to get an actual apartment.
Yeah. Was I still dating when you were there?
Yeah, for sure. And
That girl, that was so funny because there was the landlord lived right below us, and their bedroom was right below
I
my
remember it
bedroom.
had ants really bad, like
Yeah,
really bad.
of course it did.
It was like just a shithole of a. I mean, I was 17 and was like out of the house for the
anything,
first time. So
yeah,
I was like,
anything
whatever.
was good. But yeah, the landlord every couple of weeks would be like, hey, you know, are you good? Like everything's cool. It was all good. Like he was a super nice dude, and they'd be like, hey, by the way, keep the sex down, okay?
Like I can really hear it.
Okay. Like I'm not loud.
Oh, what? You're like 19 years old, and like if I was 17,
I'm not a loud
you would have
fucker.
been, yeah, 19. So
It's so weird. Hey, keep
you're-
the sex down.
Your floor joists.
None of your
work.
business,
Yeah.
son, sir, mister.
I do not consent.
Yeah. Actually, please, can you not listen? Is
Yeah.
that cool? Can you not hear that, please? Stop hearing it. And then we moved to Srigley Street, which is where everyone in our group circles' life changed completely, and where I
but-
met my wife.
Before we jump onto that,
Yeah.
I want to tell the how I met Jim story because it was on Andrew Street when we still lived in that little bachelor.
That's crazy.
I don't remember this story, and I know which story you're going to tell, but I don't remember it.
So, are you okay with me telling it?
Yeah, that makes sense why I wouldn't remember it
Okay.
if what you're saying is true.
I
but
mean, it's nothing horrible or
it's-
anything like that.
I was
So,
17.
My
and
memory
I can't
of
wait.
it,
I'm so excited. Continue.
because everybody doesn't know, Jim and I are the same age, and Aaron is a couple years older than us.
yeah, a whole bunch of
I'm the old fuck.
Yeah, like 50, probably
50,
2
60.
or 3 years older.
pushing
2 years
50.
older than us.
Yeah. Move along now. Move along. So
Sorry.
it's fine.
So what I remember of it, and it's a little hazy because it was so long ago, but we were going to go out to the bar that night, and it would have been Fitzy's, I think.
Fitzy's Crab Shack.
Yeah.
Made in Mexico. Main Street, New Market.
Yeah.
Used to be called Fitzy's
That's what
Crab
it is
Shack.
now. It
Yeah.
used to be called Fitzy's Crab Shack.
Don't dox us, eh?
And what I remember is, we were going to go to the bar, and you're like, my buddy Jimmy's going to come with us. And you lived in Aurora at your parents' house at the time.
Yes.
And, yeah.
I had to Google what that word was like.
Can we have the exact address and postal code? Do you have the postal code handy?
Yeah.
James William.
I'll bleep them out, but your parents still live there, yeah?
Oh yeah. This is weird. Yeah.
He's like,
Yes.
we've gone too far.
I'm still uncomfortable.
Are you happy with this intro?
Anyway, so I
This is going
remember,
well.
over if you want.
No, this is good.
I remember you being like, okay, my buddy Jimmy's coming. And I'm pretty sure you were like pre-drinking somewhere. I don't know what you were doing, but you rode your bike, like a bicycle over,
Children.
like 19-year-old, not even children. It was,
No, not 19.
No.
Not
We were,
19.
yeah, we were like 18. We were 18. We
For
were,
sure.
Yeah, we were a little bit too young to get into the bar, but still
Yeah.
good. So yeah, you're 18. You rode your bike over, and you were drunk. And you're like, yeah, this is my buddy Jimmy. And I remember, and I could be wrong, but this is
I
just
was the
my
one on the
memory of
bike
it.
drunk. Sorry. Yeah.
Aaron never smoked weed back then.
I didn't again because I did before and then I
You were
stopped,
on and
then I
off
stopped,
for
yeah.
whatever, but at that time, I remember you didn't smoke weed.
Right.
And I remember that I had a bunch of like
of
roaches.
roaches.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And Jim, and I was like, oh, and like, it's like, hi, I'm Jim. Like, and you were like, oh, I got a bunch of like weed, like crystals. Like, we could like smoke a bowl or something. And I was like,
my
oh, I have a
God.
bunch of roaches. Like, we could roll like a roach crystal joint.
Remember the days you didn't have enough money to just
To
buy
like
weed
buy,
whenever you wanted?
just have weed. Yeah, exactly. That's what it's like when you're 18. It's like, yeah, I got a bunch of
Crazy.
roaches, right?
Yeah. Oh my god.
And I remember we rolled like a big fat joint and smoked it, and then I don't remember what the reason was, but all of a sudden you couldn't come to the bar with us.
Oh weird.
So Jim and I just smoked a big fat joint together, and we were like, "Fuck it, like we'll go together." And I like didn't know you from a hole in the ground. I just met you like 20 minutes ago, and we went to the bar, and it was they used to do $2.50 kokanees on Wednesday nights there.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god. That's so cheap.
Like ridiculous. Yeah,
Inflation, you know.
$2.50 beers. So we smoked a big fat joint and then went there and just got like
Obliterated.
blackout drunk. And I don't remember really anything that happened after that. I just remember like that's when I met you. That's literally all of it I remember.
Yeah. The whole story checks out, except for the whole like riding the bike drunk thing, but I can't disprove it. It's just not. It wasn't a common occurrence.
I know for sure you
All that-
maybe you weren't like super drunk, but you definitely rode a bike from Aurora, and I was like, damn, that's far.
That's amazing.
That's a far bike ride.
It wasn't that far. It was like 4.5 hours. No big deal. I'll do whatever for my friends.
Yeah.
Fuck, man, that's so exciting. I like. It's like thinking back in those days. Like they're nostalgic, but I find them like creepy nostalgic. Like they give me like weird feeling. It's like it's positive, but also like kind of scary. You know?
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I feel like there's certain parts of that time where it's like I'm sure like there's things that I blocked out because it was like maybe traumatic, especially when Srigley happened. When we hit Srigley, that's when that's when things started to get real fucking dicey. I think.
Yeah.
The fucking the people that would crawl out of the fucking basement and come up to us,
Or
like,
just random people that would just like show
Show
up at
up.
our house and like, who are you? Like, I
Yeah.
just saw us partying. That was I mean, we were, how long did we live there? Like maybe 3 years,
something like that.
something like that. So
Yeah.
early beginnings of our 20s.
Yeah.
19 to like 23 for me.
But it was the house, man. It was the house. Like that was the place that everybody went to
That was
fucking
the spot.
party.
And
Yeah.
I worked here at the music store with him at that time, and
Yeah.
Jim also worked there.
Yeah, and then a
So-
bunch of other great people too. So like it got to the point, and they were all sort of like minded in the same age.
And I remember our house was like,
Similar age
it
group.
very quickly turned into like, okay, we're done work at 6:00. Like,
let's all go to
Yeah.
our place. Yeah,
it was like after work was like, come to our house.
yeah,
And we had parties every weekend, and it was all. I mean, some of them got pretty out of control. We had some large. I remember one time we had a party there. I don't remember what it was for. Like we fully just decided to throw like a big ass house party.
yeah.
And this was, for everybody out there, this was a 2-bedroom apartment.
Yeah,
It was
small
not big.
fucking place.
Like maybe like 600 square feet for the whole thing.
Yeah,
Like, It was
probably.
not big. And we had like hundreds of people there, like
Yeah.
lined up, the whole spilled out into the street, down the stairs.
Climbing all over the fucking roof.
Climbing all over the roof. We thought that like floors were going to cave in. There were so many people. And I
Yeah.
remember specifically like halfway through the party, Aaron and I were just like, fuck it. This is now an eviction party. Like there's so many people here. We're going to
Yeah.
get evicted. Like
For sure, and we didn't somehow.
No, not at all. I mean, look at the other characters that were living in the other
Yeah.
units there.
I just remember there was that one dude. I don't remember his name, but he lived in the apartment below us, and he was like probably severely schizophrenic, and he
Okay, I know who you're talking about. I don't remember his name either, but
yeah,
I know who you're
and he
talking
kept
about.
coming up, and like there'd be times where he like I would like because remember the Noof would like we had a guy from Newfoundland live with us too, Chris, great guy. I'm gonna bleep his name out because I shouldn't have just said some dude's full name.
Doxed.
But yeah, a good friend of ours fucking he was living in the front room, and there was a pull-out couch, and I remember getting up in like the middle of the night, and this guy is sitting in that front room on the pull-out couch on the end of his bed, smoking a cigarette, just shaking, and like but he's like this frail-looking dude. He dressed like he was like 90 years old, but he was just sitting on the end of the bed. He's like, "Oh, I fought so many demons last night. I'm just, God, there's a demon trying to kill him." Like he was just this creepy fucking character. And it, like every time I saw him, I was just like, "This guy's gonna like wake up in the middle of the night and just slay all of us."
And he was the guy. So,
Not in a sexy way.
you remember when they threw Molotov cocktails through the window
Yeah.
downstairs? So there was I don't know if you were there that night. So it was just like a chill night, at that house where we always had millions of people. Only 4 or 5 people there with us, like,
Yeah.
just a chill Wednesday night, whatever. And I remember we heard like screaming and like a big fight going on out in the street. And we walk outside, and like the people who lived beneath us were like in the middle of the road fighting with
Someone else.
some people.
Yeah.
And whatever happened in the fight was done, and the guys walked away, and they're like, "Oh, we'll be back. Like, fuck you."
Yeah.
And then the next day, you were working, and I think it was on my lunch break or something, and I just went home, or I just got off work. I was working
You were
at the store.
You were at home though. I'm pretty sure.
I was at home, and
Yeah.
but I just got there. That's what I remember. It was like 2:00 in the afternoon. I must have been on my lunch break because obviously you wouldn't get off work at 2:00 in the afternoon.
Yeah, but how? Like it was far enough away you couldn't just walk there.
No, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I was off that day or something. I don't remember. But I remember I just got home, and
Yeah.
I like walked in, and I was fucking smoking a bong,
Yeah.
and I just heard like this, like windows shattering, like glass breaking, and then people like screaming outside. And this was the next day after the fight.
Yeah, it's
And I'm
like in the afternoon. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm like, what the hell's going on? So I walk outside and I look down the stairs when I get outside, and our whole staircase is just like on fire, and like there's like fire like all over the sidewalk, and like there was like an intersecting street. Like if our street went this way, there was an intersecting street right in front of us. I don't remember what it was called, but
Neither do I.
there was like people moving into their house down there, and they like saw, and they were like running down the road chasing after these guys that were just running away. I'm like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah.
So I like ran down the stairs and like jumped the flames to like get onto the sidewalk, and I look over and like the whole like garden, the front deck of the downstairs tenant's all on fire. Their windows are all smashed. Their kitchen is on fire, and that crazy guy with the demons is like in the kitchen like stomping out fire, trying to like put out a big kitchen fire.
What the fuck?
And so they had like these guys had come back the next day and like threw a bunch of Molotov cocktails through the front window of the house and like tried to burn down the house with like, and this is an apartment complex with like
there's
I think
children
10
living in the
units
back
or something
too.
in it. Yeah, and the people behind us was like a single mom with like young kids.
So fucked up. It's
Like,
not
super
something
fucked up.
not something you would normally
No,
hear
it was
about
so
in this
crazy.
fucking town, man.
And
This is
then
like
within
rural Newmarket.
and the police station is like a block away. So within like 30 seconds, the cops are there.
Yeah.
Because there was people everywhere. Like it was like the
sure.
middle of the day.
So fucking
And within
weird.
30 seconds, the cops showed up. And I remember, like it was a pretty good distance from like the intersecting street where the police station was on our road.
Yeah.
There was probably 50 cop cars and fire trucks and like CSI, like all lined up everywhere.
They don't fuck around, man.
And they were like, they shut down our whole street. They were questioning all of us, like what happened. And then they found these guys were wearing like hoodies and shit. And they found their hoodies like on the next street over, like ditched in the middle of the road. And like, whatever. I'm pretty sure they ended up catching the guys. I don't really know. But they were like seriously charged with like attempted murder, like and like crazy shit because they like tried to burn down our house.
Oh yeah.
The fire was put out. Like there wasn't a ton of damage. Like the downstairs neighbors had a bit of damage in their kitchen for where that Molotovs actually went through.
I remember you telling me that. Like, I don't know if you told, like, you called me. You must have called me. There's
Yeah,
no
I called
reason-
you. You were at the store. I was like, dude, you have to come home. I was like, our house just got like firebombed. Like, and then you came home like right away. You were there like, you came home and we were all in the driveway. Me and the downstairs neighbors giving statements to the cops.
Yeah, right.
And then
Okay, I do remember that. It's fucking
and there was
so
like cop cars
crazy,
everywhere.
dude.
I remember they had like the CSI guys putting like the Exhibit A like things all over like shards of glass on the sidewalk.
Oh, yeah.
And then I remember some just random fucking dude was like riding his bike down the sidewalk and just like, oh, excuse me, and just like rode right through the crime scene, like right over, like literally like a shattered bottle with like Exhibit A on it. Guy rides his bike right through, and there's like a cop like placing the fucking thing down.
Tire tracks.
Yeah,
in the
like
ashes.
literally, and like rides his bike right through, and like me and like 3 cops were like, "Dude, are you fucking kidding me right now?" Like,
Fucking hits a dead
did you
body like
re-
a
yeah,
jump.
like oh sorry, oh shit,
Fuck,
like
do you see that air, man?
yeah, like legit, just rode his bike right through it. Like
Does a
didn't
fucking
even
tail whip, too?
Fucking clue in or give a shit at all, and just rode his bike right through it, and was like, "Are you fucking stupid,
that's
dude?"
so good.
Like.
Guy broke 3 checkpoints to get through there.
Yeah, dude, like I couldn't believe it. Like like literally like ran over the fucking Exhibit A sign and threw a busted beer bottle on the ground. It was just like, okay.
That's amazing. That is absolutely the most amazing.
And
thing
then
in the
we
world.
got these matching tattoos to commemorate them.
yes,
Years
right,
later.
Yeah, I didn't get them though because they're brothers.
Yeah, you weren't a
So I
part of
wasn't
that.
there.
right. Exactly.
Yeah. I've got no tattoos,
But that's
but I've already
that's
got
the
one.
story behind the Molotov cocktail tattoos for anybody that knows us and knows that we have those.
Yeah.
Do you remember that old dirty hippie that moved in downstairs that always would play guitar all the time when we lived on Shrigley? He moved in later on, like super old guy, and he would always play
The white, like blonde
super
dude?
like long hair, white beard, looked like a skinny
Yeah.
crackhead Santa Claus,
Yeah.
and he would always play guitar, and he was obsessed with No Doubt, and he would always play like their No Doubt songs on his guitar all the time.
All fucking music
Yeah.
to play.
He would always play No Doubt songs
I
like
don't remember
all day
that.
and just blasting it.
Oh my
and then
god, I don't remember that.
And then he built in his room downstairs like haggard ass like bunk bed system with like a desk underneath and like had his whole guitar set up, and he's like just like built out of like trash wood and 2x4s.
I don't remember that at all.
You don't remember him?
No.
I couldn't remember the
I
name.
think we
at
repressed
all.
a lot of Surgley Street, I'll tell you.
He was like a haggard, like that guy had to be like pushing 60, like he was an old hippie.
Oh my God.
He was super nice, but he was like a dirty bum hippie. And like, all I remember about him was like,
So derogatory.
yeah.
Dirty bum hippie.
Oh, he was,
motherfucker.
dude. He was so dirty. Like he never showered. And, like
Wow.
super old guy. But all I remember is he would like just play like fucking No Doubt songs on his guitar all day and like blast them.
God. He's a dirty old hippie playing like somewhat modern music.
Yeah.
And like not great.
Yeah.
Like it's
I'm just a girl like that. He played that like yeah, that like every day, every day, man.
It's fun and acoustic.
Yeah, sure. I get the allure, but it just seems like you should be playing the Grateful Dead all the time, not
Yeah, no.
fucking
Yeah.
so bizarre.
Yeah. Can we just pause real quick? I have to piss so bad.
You got to take
So
a piss.
Can we just take a like 30-second pause?
Yeah, of
Yes.
course. All right. Thank you very much. We just had a little pee break. We'll just get back into it.
Go on.
What do you want to talk about,
So
guys?
One of your points on here, which
else
is
do I got?
hilarious because I had this conversation today with somebody,
Yeah.
is post-COVID dining - Mandarin.
Oh, I went. So
I
did
literally had a conversation with somebody today. Like,
so funny.
like, let's go to the Mandarin next week. Like, I'm ready to go back to buffets.
You got to wear gloves.
I went last
It's
week,
great.
dude.
Do you really?
Yeah, not everybody does, but you have to.
No, that's fine. But like, I'm
Yeah.
just like, I mean, love or hate the Mandarin, their food's not the best quality.
No.
but they have everything.
Their
I know.
prime rib is
No,
not.
but they've got
bad.
everything. They've
Yeah.
got
Not
Chinese
bad at
food.
all.
They've
That's
got
it.
pizza. They got burgers. They got
Cheesecake.
steaks, cheesecake. Like,
Yeah.
if there's a type
Sushi.
of food you were craving, Mandarin has
They got it, yeah.
So it may not be the best quality in the world, but like I'm about that buffet.
No,
It
and
all
it's like
tastes like the same.
inflation proof too. It
Yeah.
was not as
Yeah.
crazy.
But
That's just
as
funny
I thought
that's
it would
on
be.
there because I literally had that conversation before we came here.
Because I just went the other day. I went like maybe like a week and a half ago. I went to the Mandarin.
Yeah, I was like,
to have
I'm
a
ready
fun
to go to
time.
the Mandarin.
I
Like,
loved it.
Good
because
price beers
Here's
too.
another thing
Yeah.
too, and I could be wrong about this. People from fucking Nova Scotia may correct me, but I haven't seen it. I don't think there's Mandarin in Nova Scotia.
Really?
I haven't seen it since I moved there.
Let's look it
Wouldn't
up.
have any idea.
Let's look it up.
Yeah, Mandarin
I mean,
locations.
you're probably gonna look it up, and you're just like, oh yeah, there's one in fucking
Well,
downtown Halifax. Like, I
pizza.
had no idea, but
Sorry, I cut you.
it's
off.
not big in Nova Scotia either.
Pizza.
I
Pizza
think-
is just Ontario.
No, they have one or two in Halifax for sure.
Never mind. Pizza 73 in Alberta and Western Coast
There definitely
is also
is a pizza in Halifax, but
Okay,
Nova Scotia, like where I am in Nova Scotia, there's no pizza.
Gotta check out Robbins. Tim Hortons. What are you talking about? Robbins is the
Atlantic
thing in
is
Nova Scotia.
basically like
Atlantic
the. I would say it's like the coffee time of Nova Scotia.
Coffee time is any time, and
But
right now it's
a lot
coffee
of Nova
time.
Scotians don't really go to Tim Hortons because I mean there's Tim Hortons everywhere there, but there is another coffee shop called Robbins, and it is tenfold better.
They do really. They make a great donair breakfast sandwich.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Which that's another thing too. Have you ever had a donair in your life, or do you know what it is?
I have no idea what that is.
So it's like kind of like shawarma meat.
Okay.
It's very similar. It's in like a pita.
Kind of like shawarma meat.
It's very similar, but it's like a seasoned. Like it's a little bit different. Like
Okay.
There
is no
But it's beef.
no Mandarin in Nova Scotia. by
yeah,
the way.
okay, I didn't think so.
The
So
entirety of Nova Scotia.
so donairs are like kind of like shawarma meat, but it's like a different seasoning on it.
Falafel meat, maybe sort of.
It's on a pita.
Falafel is not meat.
Oh, sorry,
it's not meat at all.
That's
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
But it's on a pita.
Yeah.
So it's the meat, the shaved meat, onions,
Stop it.
raw onions.
What the fuck is going on over there? Sounds delicious.
You having a good time over there, Jim?
Just having a time.
Yeah.
Kicker.
So yeah, it's like the meat, raw onions,
Yeah.
tomatoes, raw tomatoes,
Damn.
in like a pita
Yeah,
with
it's very
donair
much-
sauce. And donair sauce is essentially, and people from Nova Scotia are going to tell me I'm completely wrong about this, but
Okay.
in my opinion, it's just icing sugar like sauce.
Ew.
It is like so sweet.
It's like cum, I bet.
Honestly, that is exactly what it looks like. You fucking nailed it.
Ew.
It is
Well,
like
icing sugar.
like
and
icing
water,
sugar cum sauce on like a hillbilly shawarma.
Fucking no.
It is so fucking gross.
No, thank
Shawarma
you.
meat by itself is pretty fucking good.
Yeah. it's
Like I
fine.
said, this Robbins place has like a donair breakfast sandwich.
Yeah.
And I always get it without the cum sauce. and it's fucking delicious.
That's how I got it. It was wonderful.
It's so good, but like
Sauceless. It's
Donair sauce is
sauceless.
essentially like an I don't know what the exact ingredients of it, but it's so sweet. It's like
You can-
like fucking icing sugar, man.
Why
you
the
can
fuck would
Google
you
it.
eat
It's
that?
like condensed milk based or
Yeah,
something
it is.
like
Yeah,
that.
It's like a condensed milk based sauce.
it is.
It's fucking gross, dude.
Why would you eat that?
What else have I
feel
told
so-
you? That's like a really
do you
biggest
do for a
difference
living?
I've noticed since I moved out there from living here. Differences in random food things, but to be honest, most of the food out there I've had, like East Coast exclusive food, is unbelievable. Except for Donairs. I don't get the stigma behind Donairs. They fucking suck.
You know
I'll
what
just say it.
Yeah.
You know what is something that I don't like that I find that a lot of people like? Dim sum. Have you had dim sum before?
Sometimes it's really thick, steamy dough.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
like they put like sweetness on top. I remember I had one that was like, I feel like they just like, it was like a sticky like sweet bun, like thick dough, and on the inside it tasted like they just like crushed up like fucking children's vitamins and like mixed it with water and put it inside there. So I took a bite and it was just like
It's water and crushed
Oh.
Flintstone vitamins.
That's exactly.
just so disgusting. Like it was so disgusting.
That
That's
sounds like
fucking
a
hilarious.
steamed bun though. Like because dim sum should be like there should be substantial insides to it.
Yeah, like some of them have like meat and stuff. Some of them have like, what's it called? Like fucking, I don't even like shrimpy.
Yeah,
shit.
pork, shrimp. You know.
Yeah, but this one had like, I don't know what it was, but it was like a little bit sweet and tasted like fucking like, I don't know, vitamins.
Oh, I don't like
It was
that at all.
really gross. It was.
I don't know if
really
I know
fucking
enough. I was at an all-you-could-eat sushi thing for somebody's birthday one time, and then we like didn't
love
realize we
sushi.
ordered the. Yeah, who doesn't, right? Yeah,
if
welcome
you
to
don't-
welcome to the club.
If you don't like sushi, fuck you.
yeah, exactly. Raw fish in my belly. But what we were saying is we rented some dim sum.
You rented it. You
We ordered some
borrowed it.
dim sum.
Yeah, well, technically you just borrow every food, right?
Yeah, exactly. Redeposit back to the city system.
Yeah.
We ordered some dim sum, and it came when we were all like way too full. But it wasn't just like nice dim sum with like thin like ooh,
The
can't
thin
think of
bun.
words.
And the thin bun, thin dough.
Yeah, wrapping or whatever.
Yeah.
It was thick like dough with kind of
Yeah.
like this. It was almost like a pork bun.
Right.
It was almost like a pork bun. Disgusting.
That's close to a pork bun.
Couldn't put it in our gullet.
You don't
Yeah.
like pork
Terrible.
buns?
I don't. No, the
I don't like it
steamed
either.
Oh, dude,
steamed
I
buns are
love
weird to
Steamed
me.
pork buns. There's a restaurant in Richmond Hill.
Not a fan.
Fuck, I can't remember what it's called, but
Not my thing, but I'm sure they're great. Right?
steamed pork buns, like like barbecue pulled pork inside the steamed buns, man. Oh,
Really?
I love them.
There's a lot of
I
textures.
actually love those. They're so fucking good.
There's a lot of textures with like steaming dough
There's a
that I'm
restaurant
not
in
ready
Richmond Hill,
for.
and they like serve them to you in like a wooden fucking.
Yeah, like the traditional wooden.
Oh, dude, they're
bun
fucking
steamer.
so good.
I'm sure if I've received them in the right way, I'm sure I've tried things like 8 hours after it should be tried or something like that.
Yeah.
You know what? That's even Donair, same thing. I'm sure I probably just haven't had.
The
I
right
haven't
version
had
of
the
it.
right cum sauce on my fucking beef wrap yet.
More sugar, please.
Yeah.
Ew, dude.
But you've been like
Fucking
you've been like
ew.
Donair King though. Like haven't you?
See, and I've never
They're
tried
big,
it.
man. It's
Oh,
a
I thought
big
you
thing.
had.
No,
Okay.
so see, that's the thing is like King of Donair is like the spot,
Right.
and I've tried a million different Donairs and I hated them, but I've never tried like the Donair spot.
I have-
So that's perfect point. I might have just not had the right one.
The right one. Yeah, maybe not.
I
But
have a
to
special-
be fair, I love shawarma and I love
Same
tzatziki
here.
sauce on my shawarma.
That's my shawarma marker. So look at it's all over the GTA.
Oh, you go hard on shawarmas, eh?
Shawarma.
Yeah,
You're the shawarma king.
Okay,
I have a custom shawarma marker.
Okay, I take it back. I thought I loved shawarma, but I ain't fucking like.
Yeah,
It should be.
Control
He'll
it.
zoom
This
in.
guy's
He'll
got a-
zoom in.
Look at all the
Got a
dots
map-
on that.
A
thing.
map of all the shawarma in the world.
The cluster of my old work.
That's too many. That's
Okay, that's like just oversaturation of shawarma. That's like 5 shawarma places on the same
doesn't make any
block.
fucking
Apparently, the
sense to me
place
at all.
over there by the high school
Yes.
with the flint makes their own Saj bread.
Yeah.
It's apparently incredible.
Dude, the Chez Talal, man. It's my favorite fucking place.
That's my favorite place too, and they've gotten better recently.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, could you yell it a little bit
New
louder?
owner. New owner. New owner.
No, on
Big
mute.
boner. Big boner.
on-
Big boner. Big boner.
near NW
yeah.
High.
Kebab.
It's called Flame and Stone or Hand and Flame
Oh.
or something like that.
Cock and
And
Is
it's
it
hand.
new?
they
I
make-
don't know. Since I moved away,
It's
probably.
new. It's near Vince's Market.
Pussy burnt
Okay.
stone.
Yeah.
Wait,
on
in Mount Albert side road.
Mulach.
Cock.
In Newmarket.
Cock
Oh, that
singed.
Vince's. Okay,
Cock
yeah,
singed
yeah,
the
true,
man.
true.
Cock singed by Stone. Dick Stone.
So
Hey, wait.
Singeing.
Speaking of that plaza where Vince's is, what was that restaurant that used to be in there when we lived on Shrigley way back in the day that we used to always order from
Vince's.
on Mulock? And there was a restaurant that on Shrigley we used to always eat there all the time.
the restaurant was on Strigley, or the
No, it
restaurant
was in the Vince's Plaza
What's
on Mulock.
what's the intersection?
was it Chinese?
Vince's.
No.
Vince's.
You were on Mulock.
Oh, yeah, Biggie Burger.
Biggie Burger? Was it? Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, yeah, that was good. And
Yo,
The burgers were gross, but the rest
burgers
was,
sucked. Yeah, I don't know why it's called Biggie Burger. They had garbage burgers.
But they were all
had
fucking tzatziki, fucking.
Yeah, like they had like bomb like
Souvlaki.
chicken souvlaki and shit, like dude.
Yeah.
And I remember like back in Shrigley days, like we used to order there on the regular. Like
was
we
one of those
knew
places.
like every single like we knew the delivery driver by name because
Yeah.
they would like were at our house every fucking 3 times a week.
It was one of those restaurants that
Love
just had
that.
literally every food.
Is that still
possible.
there? That's probably closed down now, eh?
Oh yeah, I haven't.
I don't think
I
it is
haven't
there
heard it.
anymore. Yeah,
Dude, that place, like I remember that like that was our fucking teen years. It was
Just
like
the
Biggie
poutines.
Burger. Shout out Biggie Burger. That place was legit as fuck.
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Shitty burgers, but
There was a couple places.
not so Biggie burgers, but wicked souvlaki.
The souvlaki was great. The poutine was good. There's a couple other things that I liked very much. The Caesar salad was always good. It's just they fucking had everything, and
They had everything, yeah. They had
they had-
fucking just a massive menu of just random like
Yeah.
diner food, but it was fucking so good.
I probably had like 4 things only all the time. Just the fattest things you could fucking eat. Say the chicken fingers only. Do you have chicken fingers? But can you also make the fries into chicken fingers?
Can I get a double chicken poutine on the side with like
yeah.
triple gravy
It'd be payday.
on onion rings instead of fries?
yeah, exactly. But make the fries inside of the onion rings.
Can you do
Yeah.
me a
But
favor
take
and make
the
me
onions out and stuff it with French fries.
Can you put can you make chicken rings?
Chicken rings.
Can you make me some chicken rings?
Yeah, I'd fucking dude. That's $1 million. Somebody just threw out $1 million dollar idea. Burger King has chicken fries, dude. I'd fuck some
Turn
chicken
this shit
rings
off
up.
right
Chicken
now.
rings?
Turn this
Yeah.
podcast
Yeah.
off right now.
Where's the off button?
Yeah, leave that out because somebody's gonna steal our
Turn down the
$1 million.
suck.
Yeah,
Because you know what's the best part about it is that it rhymes with chicken wings, and chicken rings.
dude.
So there's so much there.
I'm
that-
sorry, but like hot and honey chicken wings with a side of chicken rings,
I'd pay $4.95 for a side of fucking chicken rings.
pint of beer, and a fucking basket of chicken rings.
There'd only be 4 of them. They could only ever sell 4
Chicken
of them.
Cheers.
Just
Chicken
imagine.
cheers.
You could make those pretty easy too. Like that wouldn't be difficult to make if you think about it.
Toothpaste tube of chicken?
Not quite what I meant, but yeah,
Yeah, just drop it in the fryer.
yeah.
Come on.
Like what do they
Well,
call
you
fucking
picture like
churros?
some sort of pre-manufactured frozen chicken ring that you can just batter and fry yourself?
No, but you could just like take a.
Who's
chicken,
getting the machine, Aaron?
You could take a chicken breast, okay, cut it like lengthwise, like a strip there, put it together, fucking toothpick that bitch, put it in some
yeah.
batter and whatever,
Artisanal, $15 each.
and you put it in, take the fucking peck out.
It would, yeah,
No,
it would
I need-
literally
I need to,
just
like-
be a chicken
I need to
finger,
make-
but it would be a round chicken finger.
Yeah,
but
that's
I
all it
hear
is.
you.
Yeah.
I want to make a bag of them so that gets over $3 and make $2 on it. So I need to be like, a bunch of sounds like that, and
sound
then,
Those are the
then
sounds.
cheap.
That's
Yeah,
the sound
exactly.
of chicken in a ring.
Pretty sure.
That's the commercial for it. This is the sound of chicken rings.
Oh, chicken rings.
Ow, 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 ow.
Oh, chicken rings.
Regrettable sounds and hand gestures in the past 5 seconds. But there's an idea in there.
Yeah, maybe not that one.
Maple leaf.
Maybe we ditched that last part, but
But all the
I don't know,
funniness
that's a
aside,
product I'd buy.
I would eat.
I
I
would
would
buy
eat
it
a
too.
fried
Like, damn,
ring.
these chicken rings are sexy.
they sound like
chicken rings.
Daddy.
I was gonna say honey garlic, but you guys went the sex.
No. Get some donut. Get some fucking cum sauce on there too.
Ow.
The more sugar, the better.
I just sandwiched my
Get
head
some sweet
between this
cum
beer
sauce
and
on
the
that.
red.
He is
Cum sauce. Very
really
close.
riding a fine line here. It's like
Yeah.
a slice of paper.
The plan is, at some point, I'm going to paint this, by the way.
Oh,
I'm gonna
way to
paint this whole
transition
thing.
into the next topic on your thing.
Hey, what's up, man?
Shout out to topic change. Do you guys
So-
need another beer? I need another beer. Let's take a quick
I'm done.
20 seconds. Exactly. I got
I'm
more.
good.
I got more for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm fine.
All right, we're going to take a little commercial break here. All right, had another pee. I had to beer up.
I
so
didn't.
we're back now. I didn't beer up or pee.
I did both.
I didn't
I had
either.
to pee
Neither
and
did I.
beer up.
So it was just Alex then.
Yeah. Sorry.
Unbelievably. Okay, so you have some things to talk about.
Couple things, just questions.
Don't ask. Just
Well-
say. In an asking way.
Okay,
Phrase it as a
Hey,
question.
what do you got?
I want to know from everybody. What's your worst injury that you've ever had?
Oh.
We'll start with Jim.
Mine aren't that crazy. I didn't really grow up when the thing that hurt the most, I think, was when I was like in decent level baseball, and there was something coming to me, and by decent level I mean like the ball was moving like 3 kilometers an hour. But I put my hands up, and the ball hit me right here, like right in the ribs cage, and it
Ribs
hurt
cage.
a lot.
Right in the ribs cage.
Right in the ribs cage. But
It caught the ball, and now the ball's still in there. It's in my ribs cage.
yeah, for the most part.
It's rattling around.
But for the most part, it just basically broke my big toes, both my big toes. It just kicked a snowbank, and I thought it was going to just explode with this dramatic story I was telling, which would have been hilarious.
Yeah.
But I went to go kick the snowbank, and it was just like had rained
Solid
earlier,
ice.
solid ice. Yeah, I just so then I walked to class. It was in university, and then like that night at like 6:00, I took off my shoes and my socks, and my toe was black, like
Oh my
down
God.
the half of my foot. So I went to the doctor, and they were just like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
broken.
enjoy it. Yeah,
broken as fuck, bitch.
We can't cast it. We can't fix it.
Yeah.
So that's it. I haven't had a big arm or anything.
Yeah.
Okay. Aaron?
I think I'm gonna say my worst injury. I'll tell you my worst injury versus my I'll tell you 2 quick stories. But my worst injury was my wrist. I've broken it twice, but the second time I broke it, I jumped off a swing at a baseball game.
I remember that.
At a baseball game, and I jumped off a swing. I heard someone call my fucking name. I guess the game was about
Guy
to
got hurt
start.
during baseball more than any person I've ever met in my life.
Without playing baseball.
Without even playing baseball.
Three of the fucking stories
Are all involved playing baseball.
Every single
and
one
not
of them.
one of them was he actually playing.
Yeah, no, one of them was
Oh,
my
one of them
toe, my
was.
toe.
Yeah, your toe was. Yeah.
But no, the first
That was
It
recent.
was a toe.
the arm break. I wasn't even playing baseball. I was like somebody called my name because we were just about to play. I jumped off a fucking swing and landed on my arm, and I fucking snapped both bones, and one of the bone, like the fucking basically right here, I had another wrist. It was like glah, 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 and it was.
I was there. So
I looked at it. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, I remember he was on the swing, like swinging back forth hardcore.
Yeah.
And then the game was about to start, and our mom was just like, oh yeah, like Aaron, the game's about to start. He's like, okay, and he fucking
It just
jumped off the swing at its like arc,
Yeah.
and just
12 feet high.
yeah,
fucking-
and just like
yeah.
landed on fucking sideways on his
Yeah.
arm, and he's like, what, probably 12 or something, and
I
just
was
like
younger than that, maybe 8.
yeah,
I
just
think.
like fucking ate it so
Yeah.
bad,
And I-
busted his arm, like.
But it was
yeah.
like it was such a gross break. dude.
Yeah,
it just
so
looked
bad.
so gnarly.
Yeah.
But no, the one that I think is the most dramatic because over time it really fucked me up was a couple years ago when you and I were on a baseball team. I jumped over the fucking first base the baseman.
Because I was playing third, and I threw. I remember. So I was playing third, and it was a ground out to me at third.
Yeah.
And I was throwing to you at first to get the out.
Yeah.
And you jumped over the base
Yeah.
to grab it, and you made the play.
Yep.
And we got the out.
But I landed on my fucking toe.
But he
weird.
landed like super like weird on his foot.
It was it was on
And
my
instantly
on my
was
big
like,
toe.
oh my god, I did something. We finished
Yeah.
the game out, good on him. But we left,
But
and he
six,
was just
6
like,
weeks I was without.
he's just like, dude, my foot is fucked, and he
But-
was out for like the rest of the season.
Yeah, I was out basically the rest of the season. And I went to the hospital. I thought I broke it. I didn't. There was no fracture or whatever. And then just recently, within the last like 6 weeks, I've been having. Well, actually, sorry. For the last bunch of months, I've been having some severe pain in my foot. Didn't know what the fuck I was dealing with, and I'm like, okay, I've had this thing called plantar fasciitis before. Plantar fasciitis, it's a pretty common thing. So I was like, okay, it must be back. I'm gonna figure out what the fuck is actually going on because it's bad, like really bad. Like I wake up in the morning, I can't even put pressure on it. So I found out that because of that fucking baseball injury, basically I landed on my foot, it dislocated and went back right away. So no break, but it fucking sprained it so bad, and that's why I fucked it up. Like that's why it hurt so much all the time for that long period of time. So what I didn't realize that I lost like 90% of the functionality in my big toe. And over the last 6 years, I've been walking on the right side of my foot, and I have developed something called Morton's neuroma, which is basically, so instead of your foot like relying on your big toe to put pressure down.
It's
you're
like
only
the right side, like your pinky toe side.
Yeah. So what it's doing
like,
is it's
dominant
actually
part of your foot.
it's creating a convex in my foot like this and pinching a fucking nerve between my two fucking toes. And it's so severe that like I was like probably a month away from having to have like reconstructive surgery on my foot. I had no idea. It was just so fucking painful. Ooh. And I had plantar fasciitis before, and I have like bone spurs on both of my heels. So it's bad. I have like bad feet or whatever. But yeah, I didn't realize that this injury has created like 6 years of like a serious fucking problem. So when I got orthotics, I'm wearing these orthotics right now. They kill my feet, and I hate it. But yeah, apparently that's what you got to do.
No pain, no gain.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Wow, that's an eye opening. Because
And then the other one, which
really funny.
Before we get into it, he recently told a story on TikTok, and it has 700,000 views on it now, and
Just under, yeah.
it's blowing up.
Yeah, it
TikTok
exploded
right now,
It's so stupid. It's such a stupid fucking story.
but it's amazing.
It's really funny. It's funny because I've told this story so many times, and I guess that's why it blew up. Because I delivered it so eloquently because I have such a visceral memory of it, and I just like am able to like talk about it so well.
Said the story.
I remember your TikTok. I watched it, and I remember a little bit differently.
I'm sure you probably do.
So I don't think I was there.
Weren't you?
No,
Oh, okay.
because I remember you coming home.
There
We'll tell the story first, and then
there was other people in the car other than me and Dad.
Tell the story first, but also in your TikTok it says you were 13 or 14, and I swear to God you were 8 or 9. I think
don't
you were
know.
younger.
I don't know. It doesn't really
Regardless,
matter.
no,
Besides the
age
point.
doesn't matter. It's the story is still hilarious, so I'll let you tell it.
Yeah, so I was a little leaguer playing baseball, and I was out in a field at baseball practice, and the coach at some practices they just fucking nail the ball out into the field. It's a normal thing. That's
just hitting pop flies for
yeah, they hit
practice,
pop flies into the air so that you can learn how to catch the fucking ball. I was a pretty shitty fucking baseball player, but I wasn't paying any attention to anything because of course nothing's coming to you because it's really hard to aim that shit. So nothing ever fucking comes to you. So I'm just like staring off into fucking into fucking space, and the coach hits a fucking pop fly, and of course it fucking comes down at the exact perfect angle and smokes me right in the fucking mouth. Hits me right in the face, and I immediately, without any hesitation, my body just goes, I'm going to deliver all your shit and piss into your track pants now.
and put your fucking 2 teeth through your fucking lips as well too.
Yeah, so it, like
you got fucked up.
So I just fucking it smoked me in the face. I shit and pissed myself immediately, and it was like I don't remember having to go to the bathroom at that point. Like it wasn't liquefied shit sitting in my body. I didn't eat very healthy, you know, so likely I was probably constipated, but it was like suddenly it just like, nope, now you have liquid shit. It's going to go everywhere and you're going to bleed. And I screamed at the top of my fucking lungs. I screamed like a little fucking child baby person as loud as I could, fell to the ground, and it felt like, you know, when you have like really bad diarrhea and it comes out in big chunks and it like feels like a machine gun's hitting you in the stomach. That's what it felt like. It was like, I was like, "Ah!" and fucking fell to the ground and then I had to like sit in that shit all the way to fucking all the way home. And we didn't live too close. We
See,
lived
and I
close
don't remember
enough.
being there because I remember we lived in Keswick, okay?
Yeah.
And I remember, do you remember our living room in
When
Keswick?
we were
We
in
had that
Bradford.
big. No, we lived in Keswick.
The game.
Oh no,
was
no,
in
no! We
Bradford.
played baseball in Bradford. Yeah,
Yeah.
we both played at a Bradford league.
And they drive to Keswick with shit all in my pants.
Yeah, but I remember. Remember our living room in Keswick had that big fucking square hole in the wall that like overlooked in the living
Yeah.
room down into like the front hall where you came in. You walked
Yep.
up a staircase to get in.
Yeah.
So I remember the door opening, and we were in the living room watching TV, whatever the fuck we were doing. And I just
Right.
remember hearing you like scream, crying, and Doug like carrying you. And I remember looking over, down in the
Like
front
standing on
hall
the
at
couch
you,
or something.
standing on the couch, looking over the wall, down in the front hall at you, and your 2 teeth were through your whole face was just like swollen,
Covered in blood. Yeah.
and you were covered in blood. And they just like took you right up to the bathroom
Yeah.
and just like
I remember.
wash your poo bomb.
I remember. Yeah. Just
But
like
he was fucked up, and then took him right to the hospital.
I remember like going to bed that night and like seeing baseballs flying through the fucking air while I'm laying in my bed just being traumatized. I remember the first game back, I'm like watching the fucking I'm watching
can't
like the
imagine
game
it.
and I'm looking around and stuff, and I remember looking up at the fucking lights and thinking that a ball was
Like,
coming.
I've been
and I'm
hit-
in the dugout with a fence right in front of me,
No,
and I'm looking
I can't
up
imagine it.
and I'm looking up and I think I see a fucking ball and I fucking ducked. And I turn around and my whole team's just looking at me like, what the fuck is wrong with
you know what?
It's
Of
traumatizing.
all the years
Yeah.
I've played baseball, I've been hit with many, but
Yeah.
I've been paying attention to them all.
Yeah, yeah.
And just been too fast to stop it or whatever happened. I
Yeah.
dive catch and misjudged it and it hit me. Mm-hmm. But looking
Caught
up,
off guard.
caught off the guard, looking like at the fucking sky, being like, "What am I gonna have for fucking dinner tonight?" And
Yeah.
just getting fucking clocked in the face.
Rocked in the mouth.
I couldn't even imagine.
I can't believe
No
it didn't
wonder
knock
you
my
shit
teeth out.
yourself.
Yeah, right?
No wonder. I would shit myself too in a second.
My body went into fight or flight and was just like, you need to empty this to make you
Yeah.
lighter to run.
Flight.
Imagine I fled. Imagine I fled.
I didn't.
Shit fucking flying out of my fucking ankles.
No, I didn't shit my pants, but I ran 20
I'm surprised
kilometers.
you don't have any. I mean, obviously, you
I
have
still
a
have a
beard and
scar.
mustache, but do you have a scar from it still?
On the inside, yeah.
Because I have a scar right here on my face,
Yeah, this is your thing. Right?
and this is one of my worst injuries. I think I might have. I mean, this might be my worst injury, to be honest with you.
it's probably one of them.
So I was in, I want to say grade 6 or grade 7. I was quite young,
Yeah.
and we lived in Keswick, and I was riding my bike with my buddy. And weirdly enough, we had just finished playing baseball. Like, this,
It's always baseball.
that's always baseball in our family. We just finished playing baseball, and we were riding from his house, and we were riding back to our house in Keswick, and I forget what the name of the fucking street is, but there was like a little cutoff around when you go around the corner to come down the street, and you ride through the ditch, and there was like a little ramp that you did a little like jump, like everybody rode their fucking bikes,
So cute.
hit the stupid little jump and through this ditch,
It's the cutest thing. Continue.
and I fucking go around the corner, and I fucking hit the little jump, and I landed, and everything's all good, and I fucking turn the corner, and my left foot, I like, it was so long ago, and I remember it like
Oh, of course, because it's traumatic.
my left foot slips off the pedal and hit the ground. And as soon as my foot hit the ground, and I had a mountain bike that had like the big bull
The
horns that come
bullhorns,
off.
yeah.
And bull horns on the mountain bike had those like plastic cappings on the metal,
Yeah.
and my on the left side the cap had busted off, so it was just like a sure like metal,
Straight up metal
Rough.
like
metal.
a metal tube.
Yeah.
And my foot slipped off, and my handlebars went sideways.
Yeah.
As soon as my foot slipped off, my handlebars went sideways, and I kind of like went over the handlebars, but like also I had just come out of this ditch, so I basically just rode it back down into the ditch and fell, and the handlebar went right through. And people who know me know
Yeah.
I have this big scar right here on my face.
It basically looks like a dimple.
And
but it's like-
everybody says, "Oh my god, you got a dimple, whatever." But it's actually this guy got the bullhorn from the mountain bike went right through my face, right
Yeah.
through on the other side. And I don't have it anymore because the inside of your mouth heals like way faster. But for probably 10, 15 years, I had a
feel it?
massive scar, like probably this long on the inside of my mouth.
yeah.
Like when you bite your cheek and you can feel it? You had that for 10 years?
I can't anymore.
But that was what it was like?
Yep. I had this big, like,
weird.
and I still have this dimple, and when I shave, you can see it. I have a big scar on my face right here.
I can kind of see it right
You
now.
can see the dimple I have. That
Yeah.
dimple, that's a scar. Like, I had the bullhorn from a mountain bike through my face. Like, and I was laying in a ditch in like a grade 6, and I remember I was wearing a white T-shirt, and I was with one of my buddies at the time, and I fucking had my baseball glove on my handlebar and fucking everything, and I fucking boom, hit it right through my face, and I just was in shock, and I like, pulled my face out of it and kind of stood up, and I was wearing a white shirt, and I looked down, it was just fucking blood
Yeah, covered in
everywhere,
blood. Yeah.
and I couldn't close my mouth, and all I remember was looking at my buddy like on the road, stop, like in
Yeah.
horror, and we're like kids,
Yeah.
right? And I'm like, I broke my jaw. Like, I'm like, couldn't even close my mouth. Like, I broke my jaw. Like, oh my God. Like, my
Yeah.
jaw is broken.
Imagine being the other kid watching this.
Just watching.
Now your jaw's fine.
like
Yeah,
the first time
and
you
my,
see
like-
the garage or something.
Yeah, and I crawl up out of the fucking, crawl out of the
Yeah.
fucking ditch to the road. And this is like the middle of the street in some random road in Keswick.
Yeah.
Like River Glen or something like that.
Yeah. River Glen.
Whatever that road is by the Zares there, like that comes all the way down out to
Yeah, I
Queensway.
think that is
it's
River
Glen,
I
yeah.
think it's River Glen.
So I crawl
Doctors.
out, and I got out to the street, and then the pain hit me so hard, and I fucking blacked out, and I passed out in the middle of the fucking road,
Yeah.
just bloodied, and like my white T-shirt was red,
Yeah.
and some random fucking lady driving down the road just saw this like child bloodied and fucking blacked out in the middle of the road with another kid on a bicycle just like standing over him being like, I don't know what to do. So she fucking stopped, put my bike in the trunk of her car, put me in the back seat, fucking bleeding all over her car. And my buddy was like, this is where he lives, like I'll fucking follow you, and like rode his bike behind her fucking car. And she took me to my house, picked me up, like was carrying me, like walked right into my house. And like I said, our house in Keswick, when you walk in the front door, was like a big staircase that went up, and then the main floor of our house was like up a staircase. And right at the top of the stairs was our kitchen. Yeah. And our mom was in the kitchen, like making dinner. Yeah. So like basically her sight line was like right down the front door. So basically, from her perspective,
she's a dead kid.
Just opens some random fucking lady opens the door carrying her fucking child, bloodied, like oh, I just ran over your fucking kid with my car, and here he is. Like, and she just like whatever she was holding, like drops it on the floor, like oh my fucking god, and I'm just like barely conscious, like fucked up, big hole in my face, just bleeding everywhere. And she's like, I found him on the side of the road. Like, he fell off his bike and got, like, really fucking hurt. Like, I don't know what happened. Yeah. And Bit's like, here he is, kind of thing. So she took me right to the hospital. Went to the hospital, and they're like, yeah, that's a fucking right through. Yeah. There's, like, unfortunately, there's, like, we could put some stitches in it, but, like...
It's not going to do anything.
It's not going to do anything. Like, whatever.
It's going to do its thing anyway.
It's going to do its thing. So I didn't get any stitches, nothing, but I had a big hole in my face, and I had, like, a welt. Like, literally, like, I had a fucking baseball in my mouth for, like, a month. Like, my face was fucked.
The human body went to work at that point. Yeah. Just, like, fucking...
My face was fucked up from that, bro. And then...
So interesting.
The next year, once I was all healed, I remember I cut my finger off. Yeah. So I had a fucking... And this is, like, little kid shit. Might have been the year before even, but like was mad at one of my sisters for something, and I like found a fucking X-Acto knife like laying around on one of our tables, and I was like cutting the head off of like I think it was like a Barbie or one of her toys or something. I was like fuck you, and I was like cutting the head off one of her Barbies, just like little brother shit, right? And my fucking finger slipped, and I fucking right across, and I still have a scar right there. You can actually see it. Yeah. And I fucking cut my whole finger like to the past the bone. It was like hanging. Cut it like right off with an X-Acto knife.
Hot.
And I remember
some hot shit.
The dumbest fucking excuse ever. I didn't want to get in trouble for like playing with a knife and cutting the head off of one of my sister's fucking toys. Yeah. So I went into the kitchen, and my mom was in the kitchen, and I was like, oh, I was like, it was on the desk, like the computer desk, and I walked past it like it was just hanging off like all bullshit. And I was like, oh, it just was hanging off the desk, and like my finger like grazed it. I guarantee she didn't believe me.
I almost cut my finger off.
Yeah,
but...
there's no way she believed me, but like I got to
call someone.
We'll just say I got away with it because like I fucking had to go to the hospital, and they had to sew my finger back on, and I got like 10 stitches, and like they had to literally like reconstruct my finger. Those are probably my worst injuries. That was like way too long-winded of a story, but those were probably my worst. Yeah.
Is that the TSN sound?
Yeah.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It is our sound.
Yeah.
It's our sound.
Yeah. Copyright.
Demonetized.
If the pitch is correct, just play it on perfect pitch.
But I just like I know like we've had baseball as the subtext of a lot of this podcast tonight.
Well, we've played a lot of baseball. We've watched a lot of baseball. We're all fans of baseball, so yeah. All right, I think we need to hit it, man.
Yeah, we're pushing it, eh?
We're getting like hours out of this shit.
This is some good shit right here.
This is quality work.
We've enjoyed being with you guys today.
Yeah,
if you get hit in the face with a baseball and shit your pants, film it.
Recipe for success.
Film it so that I can see that and like deal with my childhood trauma. You know? Anyway, thanks so much for watching, guys. Peace out. No worries.
Loved it.
Peace.
Peace.
Smash!